It is my most indeed beautiful pleasure to introduce Mudra today, who's setting up her little camera over there. Before I introduce Mudra, I just wanted to talk about, because a lot of you asked me, what am I wearing? And I think Mudra is also dressed in almost traditional Indian outfit. It is our traditional Indian outfit that we are wearing. For me, what I'm wearing is a suit. And usually Indians love embroidered and embellished things, and this is a reflection of Northern Indian dupatta is what it's called. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing today. And for those of you, a lot of women have received bindis. We are not discriminating, so if any gentleman would also like to get one, we've got 2 remaining, so you can come and either take it from me or Rajiv. So we would be happy to give it to you. Introducing Mudra, Mudra Trivedi is a beautiful lady here with us today who wears multiple hats. She's a passionate dancer and a teacher. She also worked in the corporate sector for over a decade and currently is also into real estate. And she has had the passion for dancing for several years, which is why she's now running her own dance school in Adelaide since the last 12 years. It's called Mudra Dance Academy, and one of the biggest and the most popular dance schools of Australia. It boasts of over 150 students. Over the years, she has showcased Indian dancing in numerous events and festivals across Australia, and she also has an entertainment company now called Purple Star Entertainment, where she brings popular Bollywood artists and other artists from India and organizes concerts in Adelaide. And she has been in Australia for the last 12 years now and received a lot of love and affection from everyone here, and she's very grateful for that. And she is also feeling so good, and she generally feels so good because she receives the love and affection in this country, and she's able to stick to her roots here through the means of the dance and what she brings about our culture to this country. Let's welcome Mudra today as she speaks about Diwali to us and a bit more, few more things.
Thank you very much, everyone, for such a warm welcome and for the lovely introduction. It's lovely to be here. This is my first time interacting with Rotary Adelaide, and I couldn't be more grateful for having me here as part of the little Diwali celebration. So, yes, my name is Mudra Trivedi, and I'll first talk a little bit about Indian dancing, and will then lead to the Diwali celebration, how it used to be celebrated years ago, how it has changed over the years, and how we now celebrate here in Australia. And maybe after that, are we ready for some Bollywood dancing? Yeah, you've got the Bollywood dance teacher here, and I think we can organize some music, and we'll learn some Bollywood dancing at the end. So you can have your meal now and gather all the energy, and then we'll burn some calories. So yeah, as Priyanka said, I've been here for 12 years now, and the moment I arrived here in Australia, I used to be in the entertainment industry back home as well, and I got married and I came here and I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do here? I don't know anyone, and how would I start? And within 1 week of my arrival, this was, I still remember the date, 14th of March 2010, there was this big Indian festival, and I was like, I want to perform there. And somehow I got the link, and within 1 week of coming here, I was on the stage performing my favorite Bollywood dancing in front of thousands of people. And then I decided to start my dance school, and at that time social media wasn't that much in, and it was just word of mouth, and one friend told the other. And I think Indian parents, they do want, I think Bollywood is a very convenient way to convince their kids to stick to their culture because Bollywood is fun, and rather than getting all the kids into more traditional activities, Bollywood is the way to go. So within a year, I had over 100 students, and since then we've been performing almost everywhere in all the events and festivals around South Australia. We've also been called interstate, and I've also represented Australia for Bollywood dancing in Greece for one of the dance festivals in 2018. So as Priyanka very rightly said, that everywhere we have gone, we've received so much love. And when I go to perform, a lot of times, obviously the audience, the guests are not necessarily Indian. And they would come to me and they say, how do you smile the whole time you're performing? How do you do your hands? So they really like the culture so much. They want to know more about the culture. And it's such a good feeling that Australia has, welcome all these different cultures with open arms, and especially Bollywood and Indian culture. And when I go and participate in all these multicultural festivals, we can see how all the cultures, this is a land, for all the cultures here, and it has been such a pleasure for over a decade. So yeah, I would love to do some Bollywood dancing with you all at the end of my little speech. So, talking about Diwali. Now, before that, Indian culture, because we're talking about Indian culture here, every corner of India has got a different culture. It's very fascinating. So, I come from the west part of India. If I go in the north, I wouldn't understand their language. If I go to south, they wouldn't understand my language, I wouldn't understand their language. So whether it is language, the outfits we wear, the cuisine, the festivals, the dance styles, everything is different in different corners of India. But one thing which is common is Diwali. So we all have our festivals that we celebrate. Say this is North Indian festival. This festival is mainly more religious in the south. But Diwali is like our Christmas. So it is whether you go to north, south, east, west. Everyone knows Diwali, everyone celebrates Diwali, and it is the biggest festival of the year. And it is called Festival of Lights. So, and there are so many stories behind Diwali, but I would tell you one which is related to Lord Rama. So Lord Rama, he was sent to live in a forest, in a jungle due to this is an old story, an ancient story of how the family tactics, because of which Lord Rama and his family were sent to live in a forest for 14 years. And he was the king, and he was loved by everyone in the village. So when he came back after living in a forest for 14 years, the entire village celebrated his coming back and welcoming Lord Rama and his family back to the village. And that is one of the many stories of Diwali. All villages, they decorated the entire village with lights, lamps, candles. So that is one of the stories. Now, Festival of Lights, the name itself says, is, as Rajiv said, is Diwali or Deepawali. So diya. So diya is a traditional lamp, and that is Deepa. So that's why it is Deepawali or Diwali. So the name itself has got the meaning in it, diya. So we actually light. Now these days we have got all these modern, lamps and lightings. But traditionally, we have the traditional. We call it diyas, and that's how the name Diwali is Festival of Lights. And it says that it's the victory of light over darkness and good over evil. So That is what Diwali is all about. Now, how we used to celebrate Diwali when I was growing up, this was before I came here. What we do, so we in India, we don't have the rules that we can't have our own firecrackers. So we used to there are no rules there. So we all the kids used to have their own bunch of firecrackers. So as soon as it used to get dark, you would see all the kids playing in the street, and we'll have our firecrackers. We kind of had a competition, who's got a better than the other. We also had budgeted, budget for the firecrackers, and we had to share with our siblings. Such simple life we used to live. And again, we didn't have the fancy lights and the lamps. We used to do traditional diyas, the traditional lamps. We also used to make designs, so we still do that here. There are colored powders that you get, and you make design using like your fingers, and you make the designs, and you do that outside your house. This is mainly the significance of that is in Diwali. Your friends and family, you visit them, you visit your relatives, and when you welcome them, when they come to your house, that is their to welcome them. So we have those colorful, beautiful designs that we do using the colorful powders. So we used to do that all the time. And we have special Diwali snacks and sweets that we used to make. Like they all used to be homemade before. Now you just go and buy them in the shops. But we used to actually make them in those times. So, and we buy new dress. It's actually a shopping time. So it's like, and it's not only that you buy new dresses, you actually wear the new dress, and then you show it to your friends and family, and everyone has got this new dress that they want to show it to others. And I remember that wearing a sari, I must tell you, it is a big deal. It is a big job. Till today, I'm 36 now. I still don't know how to tie a sari. But we have got this ready-made saris now that you just now wear it and you don't need to pin it. But traditionally, the sari is really long, and you need to know how to tie. So I used to love when my mom was wearing a sari, and I was like, I want to wear this, and she used to make me wear one. So this was all the festivities times was so beautiful. At that time, we were going to each other's house to greet them personally. Very interestingly, after the Diwali day, where I come from, we celebrate our New Year. So we call it Nutin Varsha Abhinandan. So Nutin is new, Varsh is year, and Abhinandan is like, congratulations. So it's like best wishes on the new year. But the New Year is only celebrated after Diwali where I come from. So it's not generic for all religion and all parts of India, but we do have our own calendar. That's why I think someone was asking that does Diwali fall on the same day every year? No, because we have a different calendar that we follow, and according to their calendar, we have the Diwali day, and we particularly celebrate a new year after the Diwali day, and we make sure that we do visit our friends and family after the Diwali day, and personally best wishes, to give them the best wishes, and also to try those homemade snacks and sweets, because they are kind of the same, but everyone makes it differently. So it's always that, to go to your uncle and auntie's house and try what they have made. So yes, that used to be, the way of celebrating Diwali in those days. But and I don't think so. A lot has changed, but yes, things like these days it's more of the text message, Happy Diwali. And as much as I love, internet and social media, and I run on social media, like run everything on social media, but this is one thing that has not taken away the personal touch. And because we've got school holidays these days, you will find, because when I talk to my mom that what is happening in the valley, she would say that I hardly see the kids playing on the streets anymore because everyone just goes out for travel. It's a vacation time, so they all book travel, and there are less number of kids playing in the streets. Yeah, firecrackers still there, but due to, I think I would agree to that, due to already a lot of amount of pollution in India. I think now even all the celebrities and everyone is encouraging people to use less firecrackers, which is one good change. I agree with. But yes, that personal touch has gone somewhere with that Happy Diwali, same message that you send to 100 people. Sometimes people don't even change the names at the bottom. they just forward the message, and I'm like, at least read and change the names with your names. So that is one thing missing. And internet and text messages and WhatsApp has taken that. But yeah, we have to move on with time. So no complaints. But I would really like to say that even though things have changed, and us being miles away from our home country, it's been 12 years I have celebrated Diwali with my family in India, because I've planned my travel in different times, or somehow I don't even remember the last time I was home for Diwali. But my extended family here, my friends around here, the community people, because of them, I haven't missed home really, because we do a lot around Diwali these days, and all the Indian organizations, there are so many now, they have their own Diwali celebrations. And as I was walking here, I received a text from my friend that what are we doing on Diwali. So because I think we are away from India, and we miss our family so much, and the friends here and the community people here, they become your family. You want to celebrate Diwali with them. And every year we also now, maybe Indians in India would buy sweets from a shop, but we now here, I would reckon that because we are missing India and we are away from our country, we, I think, have now realized that let's celebrate it traditional way. So we do make sweets and special snacks, and I'm pretty sure you will have your Diwali plans. And there is so much to do around Diwali here. I at least have got about 5 invitations to perform in various Diwali events. So there are several happening. So and as I think Opera House was also, they had the colorful. It was colorfully light last year, and I'm pretty sure something's going to happen this year as well. So it says a lot about how. Australia has also embraced Diwali now. Initially I had to always explain that, Diwali is like our Christmas, it's Festival of Lights. Now everyone, we know Diwali. So that has been really great that, that festival has been so big that has been accepted here, and so much that the Parliament House and the Opera House is also lit with colorful lights over Diwali, which is great. So that is my little, information, or I would say my speech about Diwali, how we used to celebrate and what the significance is. And, about this festival, I can keep talking on and on because there's so much. But I would like to answer any questions that you have, or anything about our culture, the dancing, the festival, Diwali. I'm here. Yes, the gentleman wearing a lovely Indian outfit. Oh my God, love it.
What's your favourite sweet? And tell me how you make it.
All right, so my favorite sweet, Indian sweet, yes, it's called Kaju Katri. So it's made of cashew. Yeah. So well, I'll give you the recipe later. But yes, it is made of cashew, lots of sugar.
Don't give me the recipe, I want the item, please.
Yeah. So you have the obviously cashew, sugar, and you need the cream, the heavy cream. Yes. Yeah, keep stirring, yes. And the sugar will make it. No, so yes, it's called kaju. Kaju means cashews, so that is my favorite. And you have to see the amount of designer boxes you get these days, and the colorful, even the colorful sweets. Like I'm like, how do you put color in the sweet? But it's very fancy these days. I've just received a gift box from someone as a Diwali best wishes, and I opened the box and there was a little light there and said Happy Diwali. There was a music. I was like, oh, that's quite fancy. So it has gone very fancy these days. But yeah, our time was simple with making this at home. Yeah, and I have a question in return. Is that Mark? Mark? Yeah. Yeah. So where did you get the outfit from? And do you know what it is?
I lived in Fiji for 15 years.
Oh, amazing.
So I had lots of Diwali in Fiji.
Right. So can you share like how were you there at Diwali at any point? Like,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
So my so my first experience of Diwali in Fiji, in fact, was an interesting one. You talk about fireworks because in Fiji at that time there was no restriction on the sale of fireworks. So you're talking about massive fireworks, and I mean massive with a capital massive. That just went everywhere. So we were driving down, and we had small children at that stage. So we were driving down one of the roads through the middle of one of the predominant areas, in a sense, in the middle of sort of the Diwali celebrations. And my wife said to me, quick, close all the windows. The smoke was everywhere, the noise was everywhere, rockets and things coming across the front of the car all over the place, so I could hardly see in front of me. I actually felt that I was in kind of a military background too, so it's I'm saying to the kids, dark, as we're driving through this. But you talk about going to people's houses and through Diwali, that we would have many invitations to go to people's houses. So you dress up, and you go around to the house, and you sit, and talk a while, and you have sweets, and you'd be full as anything, and just to the point that you're about to go, they would turn around and say, oh, now we serve the food.
Right, yeah. Thank you for sharing your experience, Mark. I'll be guilty of saying this. I was one of the naughty kids. So we have played what he described as the war of firecracker rockets. So it was literally a competition. Our street was this side of the road, and obviously the opposite street. So we would literally light the rocket, and we would. It has to be in an empty bottle, so it actually goes up in the sky, not towards each other. But we used to have it in our hand, and then we burned ourselves. And yeah, I was a part of that naughty gang. So yeah, anyone?
Sorry, do we have time for one or two questions? Okay.
Yeah, if we have. Yeah, yes. It is next Monday. So 24th of October, and as Rajiv said, they have very tactfully placed the India-Pakistan match on Sunday, and the very next day is Diwali.
This is just
Yeah, you will.
this is
Yeah.
a comment, but so it's not really a question. So I was born in Malaysia, and Diwali was a national holiday. So it's great, you have all these holidays. So as children, we had a very happy time during Diwali. And my oldest friend, who lives in Australia, is an Indian friend who lives in Melbourne. So we've known it for a long. But I want to tell you a little story, if I may, about sirens. And so when you're a 15-year-old boy in an all-boys school, and your English teacher is a statuesque young woman called Miss Vermila Menon. I've told this story to Rajiv. And when you're seated down at that particular height, and Miss Menon is coming with her sari, she's totally traditional. It was very, very disturbing for a 15-year-old boy. Anyway, nothing to do with Diwali, but...
It was a good story, and I can imagine. Well, I think there was this Bollywood movie. I think that one of the scenes was taken from his imagination. So, literally, there is a very popular movie called Main Hoon Na, in which the superstar Shah Rukh Khan is actually in military, but he's undercover and he's being a student. And then there is this Sushmita Sen, he's the Miss Universe India had in 1994, and she's this beautiful lady. She's wearing this sari and she walks with her sari and with her books, and the whole in the entire movie, every time Shah Rukh Khan sees her, all the other sounds are blocked and he can just hear an old Bollywood song, and he imagines himself with the guitar singing the songs for that lovely lady wearing a sari. And from that movie, those saris that Sushmita Sen wore got really popular. So that one was straight out of your imagination. Oh, there you go. Yeah, because it is very popular. So, he. No, go ahead. Yeah.
I was just wondering if you knew if there were any Indian community Diwali events that are happening in Adelaide?
Oh, absolutely. I've got a list.
What's coming up?
I will actually meet you after and give you the information. Yes, because there are, as I said, the reason there are various events happening, because we have got, say, North Indian Association, the overall Indian Association, the Gujarati Association. I'm Gujarati, so every association, every organization is doing their own Diwali, and then the generic Indian Association is doing their Diwali. So there's so much happening, and I've got all the dates with me. And you will see me performing in most of them. Thank you. Oh, how did you know that? I need to come and see you. So he said Kemcho, which is how are you in my language, not Hindi language where particularly I come from. So I'm Gujarati, so he spoke those two words in Gujarati. I'm very impressed. Yes.
Okay, you mentioned the Indian-Pakistan cricket. Now, what's the significance arch enemies playing each other on your festival time? Does Pakistan celebrate something as well, or are they against it?
So India-Pakistan is the most viewed cricket match, especially when in the World Cup. Now we have just broken a record last year, but until now India was unbeatable against Pakistan in all the World Cup matches, which we lost last year, so that record is no longer a record. But because and that is a reason that Sunday is usually, so India still doesn't have a 5-day working week. Saturday is a working day in India, unless you work in a multinational company. So Sunday is only the holiday or the day off. So you will always see these big matches on Sunday, and the reason it is around Diwali is because it's holiday time and everyone, so it's the most viewed, and we still have that rivalry. And yes, and as Rajiv said, yes, India is going to win. So I'm going to Melbourne, and a lot of us are traveling to Melbourne, and I just got to know yesterday that it may rain. So we wish that it doesn't, but yeah. There are no tickets, and it's going to be a full house there. So, and yes, after maybe the India-Pakistan match, because we will already have our firecrackers in India. Once we win, that's also one of the things that we do. So when we win, especially against Pakistan, we had the leftover firecrackers from Diwali, and we actually light them, and just to celebrate. Yeah, we've done all of that.
Just a quick one on that Pakistan-India game. In 2014, in the 50 over World Cup here, Pakistan played India on Adelaide Oval, and the noise was horrendous. It was sold out immediately. And if you ever do the tour of Adelaide Oval, they take you down into the players' room there, and you come out the race as if you're going out to bat. And the sound effects they play, the crowd effects from that Pakistan-India game in 2014.
Wow. Oh, wow. See, something we didn't know.
Thank you so much for all the lovely questions, and thank you to our beautiful lady Mudra over here, who presented such a beautiful, she gave a beautiful presentation on Diwali. As a certificate of appreciation from Rotary Club of Adelaide, I present to you this, a certificate, and our little Rotary teddy.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you for being here and helping us understand Diwali a bit better.
Thank you so very much, and it was a pleasure. And I love the interaction. Thank you very much once again. Thank you.
If our president could please close the meeting.
Thank you, Mudra, and thank you, Priyanka. If anyone wants dance lessons, and Dave, if you want to fine-tune your steps, you can talk to Mudra, yes. Yes, we can. Yeah, we can do some dancing because after the event is over. Thank you, and it's a good meeting we had today to not only to understand the culture of India, but also the way first generation immigrants try to adjust into this country. I've been here 25 years, and I've celebrated many Diwalis over here, and the best part of Diwali is the food, the films, and the cricket. So all three of them happen on the day, and so that's beautiful. And Zing's experience of watching the teachers is nothing new. I experienced it with all my teachers. So Zing had only one teacher, but we had all of them. So as we grow older, we used to start sitting in the front benches rather than the back benches, because when the teacher comes in, we can see her better. Thank you. Thank you, Mudra. And next week, guest speaker is Malcolm Downs. Malcolm is involved in our centenary project. He made a beautiful video about the 100 years of Rotary and interviewed about 12 Rotarians, our club members, past presidents, members, past district governors. And it was very well done, 120 minutes video, but he's abridged it to 12 minutes. He's going to, for the first time, show that video next week. And he's going to talk to us about his experience of making that video. So it will be very interesting. You will be having a premiere of that video. No one else has seen it so far. And it will be in the Ian McLaughlin room, so please book in advance. And if we don't tell the numbers, Lorraine gets a bit angry. So we need to tell her the numbers and ensure that we book. If we can't book, just tell Trevor or myself. So, okay, that's in McLaughlin room. Before I end the meeting, I would like to acknowledge the contribution and thank the 95th president of our club, President Rob Thomas. He's not here today. During President Rob's year, the web booking for meetings and subscriptions commenced. He was the one who introduced it. Donations in kind from the old Royal Adelaide Hospital were provided to a child cancer hospital in Philippines. You know that, Darcy? The water project in Sri Lanka was started by President Rob. Jeff Miller, you're here? Yes. And that's continuing still. And President Rob was instrumental in organizing portable electricity systems to Rohingya refugees in Thailand. And President Rob Thomas is still actively involved in our club, and he's taking part in the Discovery Bike Ride early November. Thank you, President Rob Thomas. Wish you all a very happy Diwali and see you all next week. Thank you. I just received feedback that the semolina pudding is very good. Semolina cake, right? Semolina cake is very good. So worth the wait.